you know what? I'm just gonna embrace the quarantine hair. I know of terrible roots, but here they are. Hey there friends! So today I'm going to be opening the April Fairy Loot box. This month's theme is memories, so I'm excited to see what that's going to mean for both the book and the items that come along with it. Definitely has some weight to it this month, so hopefully that means lots of goodies. Alright, enough jib jabbering, let's open it up. I'm so excited to be opening another Fairy Loot. I feel like the time just flies. Ooh, and here's the lovely artwork. Go. I hope that means everything will be as beautiful and flowy and white and gold. Ooh, this looks like a good start. Oh, it's a tote bag! The Court of Terrasen. Oh, was that one of the Moss books? I think so. So they can look up at the sky no matter where they are and know that Terrasen is forever with them. Sarah J. Maas. Okay, I think that that's in her book series that I am reading. That sounds right. Now that I read the quote, I think that that's the fictional kingdom that Annalise, whatever, that the main character is from. I think that this is the kingdom that she comes from. So this is fun. I wonder if there's any pockets inside. No. Still, I love bags. Bags and jackets are my weak point. I have probably too many of both of those. Ooh, and cardigans. Alright, then next let's see what's in this little manila envelope. Oh, we got a pin. Memory Vial pin. Designed by That's Lovely Dear shop. I guess that's supposed to be like from Harry Potter? Oh, it has like a mandala on it, so maybe that's from something else. Oh my goodness. Are these like emoji stickers or something? Emoji sticky tabs. Nope, and with a pile of shit. This is kind of cute. I think I have some just tab sticky notes like this. I had a real urge to mark in my book the other day. I read something that I thought was really heartfelt and I wanted to underline it, but then I was like, oh no, I can't do that. Even though I had a lot of fun writing in my books as a kid in like LA class, but this will be a fun way to do it without actually messing up my books. Might have to keep these on hand when I'm reading. Okay, then we have this wee little thing. I think it's washi tape. Oh, not like I need more of that. I buy far too many stationery items. It looks like it is in fact washi tape and it's glittery, which I love that looking at it, but I don't know if that'll make me use it less when it comes to actually putting it in like my bullet journal and other writing things. And it's this nice, like kind of dreamy, cloudy blue. I'm gonna put it back in the paper just so the glitter doesn't get on anything else. Ooh, what is this? Got a box with a hand with a similar kind of motif to the cover. I love all the moon motif stuff. That makes me really happy. Oh my goodness, I think it's another secret book. This is exciting, but now I'm running out of like, well, what do I put in all of these? Oh, this one's purple though with a fairy key. Or fairy wings on a key. I guess kind of a throw to Harry Potter with the first book, the keys that fly around the room and he has to catch them. But yeah, it's just similar to the other ones that we've gotten in the past. Parchment looking in on the inside with little quotes and little drawings. Cool, cool, cool. Ooh, and then we have this fun cloth thing. Oh, it's like a pennant. But it's blank on the inside. It's kind of cool because I think it'll go with more stuff, but I wonder too, ooh, that might be a good way to display pens. I wonder if that was their thought in this because we did also get like an enamel pen. Well, we'll see when I get to the spoiler card. All right, let me just check around. I see the tarot cards. But yeah, all that's left after the tarot cards is all the stuff in the book bag. So we've got the Six of Cups with a lady in like a leather outfit and a red cape thing. Not sure what that is. And then we got the Five of Cups with a guy with a crown. Ooh, wait a minute. No, maybe not. Oh, you know what? Actually, because the more that I try to associate like this giant batwing, but a lady with white hair, I think it's from the Throne of Glass series. I think that this is, it's been a while since I've read it. But the witch gal, And this must be the prince who then becomes the king. I don't know, I always thought he looked different though. Maybe I've got it entirely wrong, maybe it's a different series. I'll find out on the spoiler card. Alright, so now let's check out what book we got this month. Oh, I'm gonna build up the suspense a little bit. Let me get out all the card-ish stuff that comes with it. And the bookmark too. So here's the bookmark with the same print as what we have on the spoiler card. And then, ooh, I like how this looks like a classical painting. That makes me really happy. Then a little bit of the design motif around the author letter. The fairy scoop. Ooh, and next month's theme is Desert Dreams. That looks fun. All right, and ooh, I love the red. That's gonna stand out. Incendiary by Zarita Cordova, I'm pretty sure. I love this cover. This is really unique. I don't often, since I just rearranged my bookshelf, I know what color a lot of my books are, and I have a lot of red, a lot of black, and a lot of red and black, but this is red and blue. I don't have a lot of red and blue ones. I have a lot of red ones, and I have a lot of blue ones. I am Renata Convita, and I have lived 100 stolen lives. Now it's time to live my own. That sounds like that's going to be really fitting with the memories theme. Oh, the red, let's see. Do we have special art? Got the author's signature. I'm looking to see if it has a map because I'm going to do the Harry Potter readathon by Book Gross with the Hogsmeade visit. And so yesterday I was compiling my list, and I still have an opening for a book with a map because a lot of fantasy books have that. So I have a few books unordered to fill some of my holes because I only have like 2 or 3 books left on my reading list. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's a map at the beginning of this book. Oh, I guess that bled over. I kept thinking that I was missing something. Okay. Ooh, and so we got a nice deep like navy, continuing with the navy and red, and then like a, maybe they were going for red, but it kind of looks more coppery for the title along the spine. Oh, super, and we do have art on the inside cover. So, I'm gonna show it around to you real quick. We have like an old-timey kind of looking, maybe like medieval or something, like trio of people. I feel like I'm getting a little cynical about books, especially young adult books now, and so my first thought when I saw these 3 people is we've got obvious love interest, and or maybe like childhood love interest, and prince or noble love interest. And so we'll see who she actually ends up with. Alright, so that's everything in the box. I'm gonna do my little read through of the spoiler card and show so that I can give the artists and designers credit for the items that they helped create and give you a little bit closer of a view of those items since I can't really show that off from this position here. So I'll leave you to that then. Alright, so first off I wanted to show off the spoiler card itself. I love the artwork each month. I think that it's beautiful, and this one's no exception. Alright, so here we've got the long list, and I'm just going to start from the top and work my way down for our April Memories box. So the first thing was the false book. So this is what it looks like a little bit more closely. This is volume 3 because we've gotten 2 other ones. Let me grab those real quick. Alright, so here I've got all 3 of them together. I like how they're different where the volume and number is, because then that way if you choose to keep them side by side, they look different enough. But now that I've reorganized my bookshelf by color, this will be able to go in its own space and be a little bit less conspicuous than having them all lined up together. 2, I'm pretty sure, at least this reminds me of it anyway, the key from Harry Potter. In the key room with all the keys flying around. That kind of reminds me of that segment. Right. And then on the inside, we've got a similar motif to the other books, kind of parchment-y background color with some line drawings and some quotes from different books. I have to come up with a third thing. The spoiler card recommends that it says that this one is dedicated to sweetest memories, so make sure to fill it with notes and letters of things that you want to remember. So that, I mean, I guess I could put that stuff in it. But in the moon one, I've put my tarot cards. I'm so excited at this big stack. I'm getting more and more. And then in the first one, I have my plethora of bookmarks. I've got a few that I've made, and then some other ones that have come in fairy loot boxes. And then I wish I could still visit this place. If anybody's around the St. Louis area, Left Bank Books is pretty great. They've got some used books, they've got a lot of new books, and it's a locally owned bookstore. And so if I was still able to shop via them, I would, but alas, I can't. But they give you one of these bookmarks for every single book that you buy. So I've started leaving them in some books, but I still have a few left, along with, like I said, my special ones and my handmade ones. And this third edition of The Secret Book is brought to us by @Novarantale. All right, and the next item on the spoiler card is the Terrasin canvas tote. So I like that it's this nice olivey green color, and I actually I love the design, but I also love that it's a little more muted. So I won't be perhaps quite as embarrassed to use this in my everyday life, like for groceries or carrying around other things. So we've got the continuation of the stag motif with the roses, which I believe their house is known for, the Terrasin Court. But we've got a quote from one of the Throne of Glass books that this is from, which is, "So they can look up at the sky no matter where they are and know that Terrasin is forever with them," by Sarah J. Maas. And these little steps with a sword. And this canvas tote is designed by @Fantastical Feminism. Alright, so now one of the items I'm the most hesitantly excited about. I am excited about it because I love it. I think it looks gorgeous. We've got a golden feather, an eye, some brushes. Feels very mystic, especially with the kind of cloudy blue background and all the sparklies. So I love the way it looks, but I also know that I kind of have a problem with hoarding stationery related things. So I hope that I actually use it and don't just look at it and love it and appreciate it, but also use it and love it and appreciate it. So this washi tape was inspired by the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series by Lonnie Taylor and was designed by @Tillandale. And to keep up with the theme of stationery inspired items, we have these emoji sticky tabs, which I was hesitant about liking at first. I kind of hate how prevalent emojis have taken over our world, but I do like the idea of being able to write in my book without actually writing in my book. So I can use these tabs to mark different things that I'm, I guess, either excited about or even not excited about, and just mark them without actually marking in the book. And the emoji tabs are credited to the entire Fairy Loot team. All right, and so next up we have the memory file pin. So I'm really excited. I was actually right. It is inspired by the pensive in Harry Potter. And just as the card says, it's designed by @That's Lovely Deer Shop. All right, and so the next item up is the banner. All right, so I actually was right. The little blurb on the spoiler card says that this was designed to help you showcase your bookish pins that you can put in the middle here, and that it was inspired by The Beautiful by Renee Adahy, which actually we got in the October 2019 box. And now that I'm reading that, I get it. They mentioned they mentioned the lion being the figure for their group a lot, and all the fleur-de-lis since it takes place in New Orleans. I'm glad to both get the reference and have a place to put my pens because I have a few too many. So now I'll get the chance to show them off. And this banner was designed by @Dustin Pages. Okay, and so next up we have this month's tarot cards. So it looks like I was actually right. It is inspired by the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I think the real tell for me was this gal here. The only name I can think of is Maven, but that doesn't sound quite right. I don't know if I'm the only one that does this or not, but when I read a character's name in a book, I don't read it the same way I read the rest of the book and say it out loud in my head. I just picture it, and I remember this person's name looks like this, and then move on. So I don't remember her name, but I do remember it started with an M, that there was an A or two, and an I. So whatever her name is, I'm sorry ma'am that I forgot your name, but I remember your character, and I think she's like the equivalent of a princess in regards to the witches in the Witch Clan. And when I thought that that's what she was, I wanted to say that this is the main king, I think Cal something or another. I think it starts with a C. But the more that I started to think about it, since he does look a little bit more olive complexion,
that perhaps he's from the newest book, Tower of Dawn, and he's one of the, it sounds like kind of Egyptian themed country, that he's one of the princes from that. But anyway, Throne of Glass is the only prompt that I got, so that's who I think they are from that series. Regardless of if I'm right or not, they're still beautiful, and that is thanks to Miss @Gabriella.Bujdoso. Before we get to the main event, I'm just going to quickly go through the monthlies that we get with every box. We've got the bookmark with the date and the theme, and then a small snapshot of the artwork. I like to leave them in the book for each month, just as kind of an extra reminder of that's how I got this book and whatnot. We have the Fairy Scoop with the same thing. We have the theme and the date. We have a little Q&A with the author, which is always fun to read through. And then we have a preview of next month's box, which is going to be Desert Dreams. Right? And the last thing is we have the author letter with a lot of the motif from the book. And then on the back, we have this month's artwork. I had to take a lot of art history classes in school, so I might be misremembering this, but I kind of like how in this particular art piece, we have a lot of detail on the face and a lot of nice clean lines, but then they kind of become more gestured with kind of like a thicker brush strokes and stuff like that towards the bottom, because I feel like that is reminiscent to traditional paintings from this period. People didn't have photographs, so you wanted a very nice, very detailed rendering of your face, but perhaps the clothing was a little less important. I mean, definitely people wore their nicest stuff, and what they wore also kind of connotated their lot in life and how well off they were. So it's not that it wasn't important, but I think everybody had more importance on their face. And maybe I'm just misremembering all of that and pulling it out of my butt. Anyway, here is the main event. So we have this month's book. So as you can see, it is called Incendiary, and it's from Sarita Cordova. As I kind of talked about before, I love the red and the blue. I don't have a lot of books that combine those two colors, so it's really interesting to see it here. We've got the gem again on. I love the way the gem looks too. I'm just a fool for crystals, I guess. Then we have the back with the excerpt that I read. I'm Renata Convida. I've lived 100 stolen lives, and now it's time to live my own. And I love the deep rich red. That's really fun, especially with the naked book. I guess let me show off the artist signature before I show off the actual fabric on the book itself. So there we go. We got the artist signature on the title page. So here's that beautiful navy blue that pairs so well with the red. And I think they were going for red on the spine, and it does kind of look red in this light, but to me, looking at it directly, it kind of looks a little bit more coppery. Either way though, still beautiful. I'm probably going to read it in this state because I always worry about harming the book jacket when I use that while I read. And then we've got the artwork on the book jacket. And this artwork is brought to us by @Taraja, and the artwork on the author letter is by Taraja as well. But you can definitely see when you look at the faces, that's got to be the same artist that made those. And then we've got our two fellas. I'm sad to say it, but I strongly suspect that they're going to be love interests. I kind of hope that I'm a little surprised and that there'll be something else. Okay, so that was everything in the April Fairy Loot Box with the theme of memories. I really liked a lot of the items that came with this, and I'm really looking forward to reading the book as well. This whole quarantine really puts into perspective, like, appreciating the little things, and I always enjoy opening these boxes, but especially now, I appreciate the joy that they bring each month a little bit more. And it really is a pleasure to be able to not just open these boxes and get the fun treasures that come with them and the special editions of the book, but also to like make these videos and put that out there. I enjoy it, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching, because I know there's tons of content out there on the internet and probably tons of people that are doing unboxings just like this. So thank you so much for watching through it for me. Alright, well, anyway, have a nice